So we took the most important thing from tonight's game, which is obviously the 3 points after the full time. And again, you can agree with me if you watch that game, it was a very disappointing game to watch. Probably the worst game that we've played in the last couple of years. The boys didn't understand themselves. They were playing like 11 players that were drafted from different countries who had not seen themselves before. They were just playing like they were playing for the first time. No understanding, no communication. You saw the goal that we considered a very, very shambolic goal. Stanley Nwabali could not communicate with his defender, or he communicated, but the defender could not allow him, could not leave the ball for him to catch. And, that resulted in miscommunication, which obviously led to him dropping the ball in the foot of, the Lesotho player. And you just see all of these mistakes all over the pitch. It's not just with Stanley Nwabali. We virtually all of our infield players, they could not complete three passes in a row without losing this ball, without playing it to into the throwing. It was a very, very disappointing match. Really disappointing match. I thought we played better from the first 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. We played really well because we started strongly. Just like Coach Eric Shaw wanted the boys to do, they really wanted to nail the match a lot earlier. They wanted to get the goals as much as possible. Victor Osimhen, uh, clearly one of the few players that was, outstanding in the match. Not exactly like outstanding anyway, but he was good. You know, he was good. He hit the post. He provided the assist for Akko Adams for the second goal. Um, also helped to bring in that pressure, pressing in that Lesotho defense. And then you have to call the likes of Benjamin Frederick. I think these are the two guys that were really good tonight. They are not excellent. They can always, perform better than that. We've actually seen them produce better performances. But these guys were just the two players I can count and say that they had their heads held high in this game. But the rest, errors upon errors. The likes of Alex Iwobi, we couldn't really see him connect this midfield and the attack. We had Coach Eriksha had two strikers from the get go, Tolu Arokodare, Victor Osimhen, just to show you that he wanted to get these goals early on. Um, but it didn't work for us. Even the crosses were not even coming with quality. They were just bringing crosses anyhow, into the defense, into the penalty box of the Lesotho side. And I don't even understand how we cannot even convert goals from set pieces. These Lesotho guys, they are not as tall as our players. They are not as physical as our players. They are not good in the air as our players. Their goalkeeper is even a short man. Well, maybe not too short, but he's not up to 6 feet. And even 6 feet footballer is not even in the standard of a goalkeeper, So, but it's just so surprising that we could not even get a comfortable victory in this match. That's just all I can say. And then you saw the game, pressures upon pressures, high BP. I mean, they wanted to give everyone high BP here in Nigeria. We scored the goal courtesy of a penalty, a goal that was very difficult to come by. Fortunately for us, we got a penalty uh, thanks to the recklessness from the Lesotho defender who stuck his hand out and then touched the ball. Converted that one to Ekong, and then tried to get another goal, but it didn't really come until Eric Shaw had to bring out Tolu, and then brought in Akko Adams. I mean, kudos to Akko Adams. I forgot to mention him among the people that I was really impressed by. He produced his goal in his debut match, which is obviously fantastic. He was the man of the match uh, of that game. But again, he got the goal 2-0 up, and then I thought that finally we were just going to cruise into this game, probably get one or two more goals and keep a clean sheet. It didn't take 5 minutes after we scored the second goal. We considered a very hopeless goal. Set piece, no threats whatsoever. And they crossed the ball into our penalty box. Stanley Nwabali could not catch a simple ball. He was, I don't know, dragging the ball in the air with his defender. It was such a horrible sight to see. And then the dying minutes again, when they scored one, it was 2-1. Then we had another we did another terrible mistake. Stanley Nwabali could not communicate with Semi Ajayi. Abi Semi Ajayi could not listen to Stanley Nwabali telling him to allow the ball for him. So it was just too much drama from the Super Eagles. I mean, it was a headache. I've not seen them this bad in a really long time. But again, I mean, we can complain all we want, but the most important thing is that the guys got all 3 points. It's in the records now. But let's just talk about how this result has impacted the group. If you look at the group C now, you see that Benin Republic are leading the group with 17 points. South Africa are second with 15 points. Nigeria third with 14 points. Benin Republic actually won their game thanks to a late goal coming from Tosin Ayegun. This guy is answering a Nigerian name, a Yoruba name, and it's just so crushing to think that he was the one that poured Sansan in our Gary. But great one for Benin Republic and General Raw. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that one. This has obviously put them on foot ahead in terms of taking that ticket, but they still have to play Nigeria though in the final match. And then you talk about South Africa, they were held by Zimbabwe. It was very frustrating for them. 0-0 was the final score. Zimbabwe got a red card uh, in the 63rd minute, and then South Africa pressed and pressed and pressed, but I mean, they could not get the goal. Later on, in the 90 plus 7 minutes, they got a red card. Mbokazi got 2 yellow cards that sent him off. So they finished on 10 men apiece. So that's how this table stands right now. This fight is going to go down to the wire. It's going to go down to the very last match, which of course comes up on Tuesday. The fixtures are still going to be the same. The timing the same. So nobody has the advantage of knowing the result of the other ones that probably would play earlier or play later. No, everybody will play at the same time and on the same day. So that's basically what's happening right now. Of course, the boys are going to rest and then take a flight into Nigeria, where they'll be hosting Benin Republic on Tuesday. It's going to be very, very interesting that year. Like Super Eagles really have to step up. I'm sure Coach Eriksha would have a lot of things that he needs to touch on in terms of how to improve the performance. This performance tonight against Lesotho is nothing to write home about. It's a performance that you want to forget very quickly. For the fans, for the players, I'm sure they are not even impressed by their performance today. We were supposed to nail these guys 5-0. To be honest, we had a lot of chances that we could not creatively lay out for ourselves to make it a perfect chance of scoring. But that's what it is at this point. Let me know what you think about the match. Were you impressed by Super Eagles' performance, or better still, you expected that they were going to play the way that they did?